All right, perfect problem 7 solutions. What we got here, we're given a third degree polynomial function whose leading coefficient is 1. In other words, f of x is equal to x cubed, 1x cubed, maybe plus ax squared plus bx plus c, something like that. We need to figure out what a, b, and c are. And we know that this function has a relative maximum at x equals -5 and a minimum at x equals 1/3. That's key right there. It's giving us information about the critical values, the relative maximum and minimum. So what we want to do is figure out what is f prime of x. Let's see, f prime of x in this case would be 3x squared plus 2ax plus b. Okay, and we know that it has a relative maximum at x equals -5 and a minimum at x equals 1/3. In other words, solutions to this equation, this has solutions of x equals -5 and x equals 1/3. So I guess we can kind of work backwards here. If x minus 5 is a solution, then x plus 5 is a factor. And if 1/3 is a solution, then x minus 1/3 is a factor. But there's a problem. This times this won't give us something whose leading coefficient is 3. So what we need is a 3 out in front here to get this 3 here. And now when you multiply these guys together, we will see what our derivative is. So let's see, x times x, so we get 3 times x squared. You get plus 5x minus 1/3 x minus 5/3. If you FOIL out these two, and then if you take the 3 and distribute it through, you get 3x squared plus 15x minus x, 3 times 1/3, minus 5. I guess equals 0 on all of these. So what we now want to do is this right here must be the derivative of our function. So what we have is 3x squared plus 14x minus 5 must be the derivative of our function. In other words, a is equal to 7. So a equals 7 and b equals -5. So that's key, that's important. A equals 7 and b equals -5. That tells us that our original function must be x cubed plus 7x squared minus 5x plus c. We still don't know what c is, but there's some information in the problem we haven't used yet. It says that when x equals -5, the height should be 74. So f of -5 has to equal 74, and f of -5 is -125 if you do -5 cubed. 7 times 25 is 175. Sticking in -5 here, you'll get plus 25 plus c. So 74 is equal to, what, 200 minus 125 is 75 plus c. In other words, c is equal to -1. Should probably draw some arrows to make this work make more sense. So we went from here to here, and then we get c equals -1. So, whoops. So our original function, f of x, is x cubed plus 7x squared minus 5x minus 1. So I think there are two parts here. One is find the polynomial. We did that. And then it asks on what intervals is this function concave up. Okay, to figure out stuff about concave up, we want to take the second derivative. F prime of x is 3x squared plus 14x minus 5. F double prime of x is 6x plus 14. 6x plus 14 is greater than 0 when this function is concave up. So 6x is greater than -14. X is greater than -14 sixths. In other words, negative 7/3. So when x is greater than negative 7/3, f of x is concave up. And I guess that's the end of this perfect problem. I think finding this was probably the hardest part. Once you get this, it's not too bad to find out when it's concave up. But this you had to get a little bit clever with using solutions and factoring. But if you figured all this out, that's pretty good. You got a good grasp of derivatives and what they mean and how to factor polynomials.